Hello, I'm meteorologist Danielle. I'm also the weather impact update for you. There's a lot to get into today. We have a big forecast that we are tracking. It includes heavy rain, strong storms, a large cold front, and some fog. So let's get right into it. First, let's start with our satellite and radar. Here is a look at what we've been monitoring over the last few hours. This complex of storms is really a large front pushing across the south right now, moving through portions of Tennessee as well as Kentucky, even to South Carolina. So what are we looking at right now? I'll put a pause to it. We're looking at some pretty heavy rainfall and some strong storms. Multiple severe thunderstorm warnings have been issued with this complex. The good news is right now it's all staying north of us, which is great. However, we do have some rain showers that are still lingering. Most of the heavier rain off to our east right now. We're starting to make sure that the back half of this system doesn't bring any additional showers or maybe even some stronger storms to us overnight. Here is a closer look across the perimeter. There is one isolated shower that is moving through Fulton County as well as portions of DeKalb County. A live look into our Echo Park Speedway camera. You can see that it is definitely foggy out there. Visibility is low. It's raining really close to Echo Park Speedway. Over the next few hours, our rain chances will start to increase once again. One thing to note is that the temperatures tonight are going to be mild. It's not going to be a very cold night, so your heat might not be warranted because you're talking about lows when you wake up in the morning near 61 degrees. So it's going to be warm overnight tonight. Not only are we talking about warm temperatures, but that's really what's going to fuel some of these storms as they start to come in our area. As you take a closer look, we are in a level 1 for some stronger thunderstorms. This is a marginal risk. Severe weather, that level 2, and that slight risk is to the north of us where those strong storms are coming in. In fact, I'll show you that graphic one more time. That is exactly where that strong thunderstorm area is developing right around central Tennessee, but we are in that level 1 here in northwest and west Georgia. Another thing to note is as the night goes along, visibility is going to get low. So you need to be prepared for some patchy fog. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw some fog advisories issued for tomorrow morning because as you can see, around 3 a.m. visibility is going to really get bad. In fact, Canton could maybe have less than a mile of visibility, and as we continue to push this forward around 6:30 in the morning, that fog is going to be very dense. So you want to make sure that you remember those low beams. You remember to take it easy and allow extra time in the morning. And it looks like it won't be until 9 or 10 o'clock before we really start to see things completely clear out. So some of that fog could be lingering even if you have anywhere to go around 9 a.m. So let's talk about the rainfall. What can you expect? What are we looking forward to overnight tonight? It still looks like most of the stronger storms will be staying to the north of us. But around 3 a.m. across North Georgia, portions of really northwest Georgia, even into West Georgia, could be seeing some isolated to scattered showers. As far as the severe weather threat is concerned, those warmer temperatures could be kind of fueling some of those storms to have a few rumbles of thunder, maybe a few strikes of lightning like what we're seeing going on right now. But other than that, I think those are our main two threats with this. Now, as the night goes along and as you prepare for your Saturday morning looks mostly dry. There are a few spotty showers that could be popping up around 9 and 10 a.m., but it is Saturday afternoon and evening where we start to see those showers and thunderstorms start to redevelop once again. Here's another thing to pay attention to. Throughout the afternoon hours for your Saturday, some of that cloud cover will start to clear out. We'll start to see more sunshine, but unfortunately, that is going to increase our chances to see some of these temperatures really get high throughout the day on Saturday. So it's not going to be a cool day. This is not the cool down that we're anticipating. These are just the rain showers and the thunderstorms that we are anticipating. So maybe by Saturday at 4:30, which would be the warmest part of the day, here in Metro Atlanta, we could be near 75 degrees. However, down in South Georgia, maybe even 78 degrees. And that means that if we do see some of that rain, some of those storms could be on the stronger side as well. Now, as we go into your Saturday night, just keep your rain gear handy. Not everyone's going to be seeing rain. This is not going to be one of those situations where it's a complete washout. You just need to be prepared in case you get caught under one of those stray showers. Now, Sunday is the day where we really start to see things changing here. Sunday morning at 6 a.m., cloud covered rain definitely still lingering around. Maybe even some stronger thunderstorms that could be pushing through into South and East Georgia. Now let's time that out for you. Between 6 and around 9 a.m., South and East Georgia definitely could be seeing some heavier rain showers. Now, as we get into the 9 and 10 o'clock a.m. hours, check out these temperatures. At this point, we've already reached our high for the day on Sunday. Our temperatures could climb into the 60s around lunchtime, but that's it. By the time we get into 6 o'clock hour for your Sunday, those temperatures will be falling. In fact, we could see a 10-degree temperature drop by Sunday at 6 p.m. That's just your actual temperature. That's not factoring in the wind chill. Then as we continue to put the forecast track into motion, overnight around 4 a.m., we could already be into the 30s. This is for your Monday morning now. So if you have any early plans on Monday, you definitely could be seeing those temperatures right at or below freezing depending on where you are. Blairsville, you could be seeing temperatures near 28 degrees. These are your actual temperatures. You can see how tight the wind gradients are with all those arrows. That lets you know that the winds will be high as well. And even further north into the Tennessee mountains, we can see maybe even a few flurries. Now, this is why we have that weather impact alert in effect for this Arctic air that will be arriving. So Sunday when you go to sleep, you might be a little bit chilly, but Monday when you wake up, it's going to be downright cold. We're talking December cold. We're not supposed to be this cold until like the first week of December, and we're really just 7 days into November. This is a great visual representation of what's going to happen. We are sitting in this nice mild weather right now. We're going to start to see this cold air coming in from Canada very strong. You can see how tight the winds are. That's going to be showing us a wind chill factor, what it feels like. Whenever we get into winter and whenever we talk about summer, those are the temperatures that really matter, right? What it will feel like, because that's what you are concerned about. So let's talk about that just a little bit. What's your temperature versus the wind chill for next week? Monday morning, when you wake up, get the kiddos ready, maybe go ahead and get an early start on your commute to work. The actual temperature will be 34 degrees. When you factor in the winds, it could feel like 25. By Monday evening, your actual temperature, 46. That's during what we say is the warmest part of the day. It could feel like 35. For Tuesday morning, actual temperature 28, but it feels like 22. By Tuesday, you start to see the difference with the climb, but you have to get through Tuesday morning first. Tuesday morning will be the coldest morning that we've had. So that is going to be very cold air and weather coming through. Here's a look at our forecast feels like temperature really for our entire viewing area. And I think this puts it into perspective what it will feel like. Like I said, Sunday when you go to sleep at night, it's going to be chilly or cold. Monday, it is definitely going to be cold when you wake up. So this is Sunday at 10:30 p.m. Remember, I told you our temperatures will be falling throughout the day on Sunday, right? So Sunday at 10:30, your actual temperatures could be into the 40s or the upper 30s, but it's going to feel like 32 degrees here in Metro Atlanta. Now, when you take a look into North Georgia, could feel more like 24 degrees or 27 and 28. That's in Gainesville and in Canton. So that is definitely cold air, and it gets worse overnight. So 6 a.m. on Monday, yeah, it could feel like 21 degrees here in Metro Atlanta, but check out Canton, Blairsville, Clayton, and the North Georgia mountains. Feel like 19, 16, 18. Feeling like 19 in Carrollton. That's not in the North Georgia mountains. So we're talking about widespread deep freeze, really dangerous cold weather. This is coming for, once again, your Monday. All day Monday, this cold is going to be sticking around. We're not going to be seeing this green really lift back up until we get into Tuesday evening or Wednesday. So you want to make sure that even Monday afternoon, you are bundled up. So Monday at 1 p.m. could feel like 28 degrees. I mean, the North Georgia mountains still feels like 17 or 19 degrees. So here's something that's very interesting. Our European track is not only pulling in the cold, but it's trying to pull in a snow chance as well. there's got to be a lot of different pieces that kind of align together for us to see snow. But we'll talk about it. The temperatures, yes, they're going to be there. It will be cold enough for sure to see some kind of flurry in the North Georgia mountains. But what needs to be there is the moisture, right? So we have to continue to monitor what will the moisture content be. Also, with winter weather forecasting, this isn't something that we just put out there and say this is going to happen. It takes a lot of waiting and seeing to see that all of these pieces come together to for sure say that this is what's going to happen. So the European track pretty much all week long kind of holding on to this snow chance. Like I said, the cold weather will be there. Will the moisture be there to make that mix and make it possible? That is the question that we are still waiting to see. Here's like that 7-day forecast. Let's walk you through it because this is kind of, it's a lot, right? But you need to know day by day what to expect. This is for tomorrow. Tomorrow morning when you wake up, especially if you have an early start, remember it could be foggy outside and it could be some spotty showers. Temperatures throughout the day tomorrow, not too bad. 74 degrees, well above our average of around 69 for this time of the year. Then as we head into your Sunday, this 68 degrees will be early in the morning. Our temperatures will be falling throughout the day on Sunday. So it will be cold and feel colder. If you're going in and out of places on Sunday, you're really going to feel the difference on Sunday. Then on Monday, your actual temperature will be 46 degrees. That's your actual temperature. That's not factoring in what it's going to feel like with the wind chill. Then overnight, Monday into Tuesday, actual temperature 28 degrees. Once again, not factoring in what it could feel like. Then Tuesday during the day, we start to see some of that warmth coming back in, but still only 50 degrees. That's still almost 19 degrees away from our average for this time of the year. It really will be Wednesday or Thursday before we turn back to normal. And then by Friday, we're looking at sunny skies and near 70 degrees. But it's just that time of the year where we're going to start to see these drastic changes happening as we try to kind of get rid of fall and welcome winter. So you need to be prepared. Another reason why we issue that weather impact alert. So just make sure that you are prepared for Monday and Tuesday morning, that it's going to feel much colder than the actual temperature, and it's actually going to be very cold weather coming in. So we want you to make sure that you protect your people, your pets, your pipes, and your plants, okay? Those are the 4 P's that we want to make sure that you are being very well aware that they need to be protected on Monday. Try to get things in order for at least Sunday so that you are prepared for it. We're going to continue to track that rain overnight tonight. We're also going to continue to track the colder weather that's coming in for Monday into Tuesday. We'll continue to watch the potential for some flurries in the North Georgia mountains as well. For now, I'm meteorologist Danielle Moss.